So wait. Just joking. Shh, we don't talk about it. So something really shocking and quite funny actually happened about 2 days ago. I took a chance and I re-uploaded a very old video that I made back in May. It was a video that I made, was tongue-in-cheek, it was a joke, it was nothing serious. Decided to re-upload the video yesterday, and by some miracle it ended up trending in Canada. I didn't know about this. I was literally in the bath and I got a message from my friend Elle. I'll put a link in the description below. Sent me a screenshot showing me that I was trending #1 in Canada. I literally jumped out of the bath, ran to my PC, sat there half naked, totally wet, going through this whole experience. And what surprised me the most, over and above the fact that I was trending in a country where I'm not even from, was all the hate and all the negative comments from all these keyboard warriors. God, people, why are you so angry? Why are you out to try and make somebody else's day absolutely shit by sitting behind your computer and just typing the most disgusting things? It just it boggles my mind. It's laughable. And for God's sakes, Canadians are supposed to be the nice ones. So anyway, with that behind me, I've been wanting to make a video for the last week and a half, but I've just had too much negative energy and I didn't want to capture that on video. That being said, let's get to it. So coming from what happened 2 days ago, God knows what's going to happen with this video. If you see this, if it's on trending, if it's not trending, if it gets recommended, however you actually see it, just give it a chance before you say stuff like, what the fuck? Why is this trending? YouTube broke. Die. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Get cancer. Those are some of the comments that people have left. It's funny. Now, if you've either followed me before or have seen some of my older, better videos, you'll know what it's all about, so I'm not going to bore you. If you're interested, go have a look. So this whole journey of mine has kind of hit a wall, and it's because of one reason, and that reason is 100% me. I am my own worst enemy at times, and I wouldn't be surprised if you are in some way, shape or form your own worst enemy at times as well. So we kind of reach certain areas in our lives, or kind of hit these proverbial walls, if you will, which kind of makes us want to give up on whatever goals we trying to achieve or whatever we're striving for in life. We end up saying things like, what's the use? Why even bother? There's no point in me trying because I end up failing in any case. Nothing ever works for me. I've heard it all, I've seen it all, I've said it all. This has been and still is my lifelong journey. So the last 2 weeks, depression has kind of reared its ugly head again. And I just have to say, for those of you out there that think depression is as simple as just snapping out of it, it really isn't that simple. It's crippling. It sucks every bit of life out of you. What once was passion has become work. Eating is an effort. God, breathing at times becomes, what's the point? And I feel it's important for me to bring it up and talk about it because, you know, at times it seems like people tend to shy away from this god-awful thing. Shh, we don't talk about it. Never. Because if we do, it becomes reality. So let's not talk about it and it might just go away. And I'm sorry, that's total bullshit. So what I want to do is touch very briefly on both aspects of this particular topic or issue. Now, I've mentioned that depression sucks balls, big hairy donkey balls. Oh, and by the way, what's this new craze that's going around on YouTube where these idiots are commenting stuff like autism? It's disgusting. You're a disgusting individual if you go around doing shit like that. Take the time, go research what autism actually is before you make stupid ass comments. But anyway, I digress. So 1 in 6 people in the world suffer from depression. If you think about that, that's over 1 billion people on Earth. That's a shit ton of people. But then you get those of you out there that kind of feel depressed. They go through stages in their lives where life gets a little bit shit. Life gets in the way. You get a little bit down. You feel depressed, demoralized. Now, don't get me wrong, that sucks too, but it's not nearly as crippling as the latter. So I guess my point is that whatever your goals are in life, whatever you strive for, you are bound to hit roadblocks, whether it's mental roadblocks, whether it's personal roadblocks, whether it's people throwing these roadblocks in your way. It doesn't really make a difference. You're bound to want to quit. You're bound to say, fuck this. That's life. That's normal. And you know what? It's okay. So I started this body transformation journey about 17, 18 weeks ago. And sure, I could have been farther in this journey. But since life always tends to get in the way, it doesn't mean we always get to a certain goal at a certain time. It just means that we shouldn't give up. And I made peace with it. I'm not an athlete. I don't have a point to prove. I'm doing this for me. And you should do whatever you do for you, nobody else. I learned 2 very important things the last 2 weeks that I'd like to share with you. So Dorian Yates taught me to challenge myself by being a better version of myself. To not compare myself to other people, because when you do that, that is the fastest way that you're going to get discouraged. That's the fastest way where you're going to be disappointed. That's the fastest way of making you feel depressed. And some Indian guru dude said, if you're alone and miserable, you're obviously in bad company. Think about that. That's what it's all about. If you can't be happy with yourself, if you can't be happy by being alone, how can you ever expect to be happy around other people? My journey so continues. However, instead of just focusing on my body and managing my body, from now on, I'll be focusing on all. Let's make a big dramatic all of this. Inside as well as outside. And I urge you, whether you are 7 years old and a little keyboard warrior sitting there typing negative shit, or whether you a 65, 70-year-old man or woman who's retired, to do the same. Don't give up when things get tough. You've come too far and you owe it to yourself to not give up. And as always, I'm Rue, and let me say this one more time. If you're alone and miserable, you're obviously in bad company. Oh, and just be nice. Peace.